Welcome to the Hot Rod Hangout podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Ashley.
And tonight is the episode that was supposed to get last week, but we have a bunch of stuff going on right now. Cannot wait to release all that stuff going on. But it's all starting to come together, and when we can talk about it, woo boy, we're going to talk about it. But it's just me and Ashley kind of doing an update on what's been going on at Hot Rod Hangout Podcast, what's been going on with the cars, where the cars are.
Yeah.
So Cadillac is still in Georgia with a pink hood, pink roof, pink sail panels, and a pink trunk.
All looking pretty good, though.
Yeah. I think the last thing, I think we did say that we'd found some rust that we did not know was there.
Yeah.
But really haven't started metalworking with only getting to get up there like on the weekends, which is when most stuff is, happening, car world. Get up there Friday night, Saturday, you got like 2 or 3 hours to work on it, and then you got car stuff to go do. And then Sunday, you wake up. If the dogs are up there with us, we got to check out at 11. We have the dogs. We got to start making our way back to Florida.
Yeah.
So, haven't really got a whole lot done in those time spans. It's even worse if we get up there Saturday, because then you have literally an hour, and then, time to turn around and head back.
Yeah. So we try to get more than one thing done, so we'll go up there, work on the car, and then go to a car event or something like that after the fact. So it's like we go up there for the car, but then there's always car activities that happen after the fact.
So we haven't been able to dedicate a day, which I knew taking the car up there and getting that done, it was going to prolong the time period. Yeah. That's why I tried to have everything done before it went up there. Unfortunately, that's not how that worked out. But, so we switched the air ride over to switches, because without my phone or the level ride controller, which looks like a cell phone, charged, you didn't know. I was having trouble with the relay for the compressor. It was kicking sometimes. It was kicking not all the time. And I think what was happening was there wasn't a pressure switch on the tank itself. It was controlled by the box. Yeah. So the level ride, you could make it where the compressor turned on at 150 and shut off at 175, or you could turn it on at 160 and make it shut off at 200. Well, the line, there's one vacant line on the tank that I had ran and just stubbed it out through the bulkhead in the trunk for eventually running a horn off of that line, and it has leaked since we did it. So the tank has always leaked. I never addressed it because it's an engine-driven compressor. It takes 5 seconds to get enough air to lift the car.
Yeah.
I knew when it was working, when it wasn't working, so it didn't really bother me. It was, we'll change out that bulkhead because it's actually the bulkhead that's leaking, not one of our fittings. Yeah. So we'll eventually change that bulkhead out whenever we do the line to the front for the horn, or back, or wherever the horn's going to get mounted. But switching it over to switches, I installed, it's a cheap Amazon gauge, 5 pressure gauge. So it shows tank pressure in each corner, which is perfect. It happens to be the same size as a clock in a 1962 Cadillac. Yep. Actually, all the way up to 66, because when we took the clock out, clock was aftermarket, or not aftermarket, but bought used, not from this car. So there was a sticker on it that said to 66. So I took that out, I gutted it, put the gauge in it, mounted it, thought I had it close. It's crooked. It needs adjusted a little bit. But for doing it down here where the car's up there, we got it pretty close.
Really close, yeah.
So it still needs some tweaking, but all the wires are ran back to the tank. But since we did away with the level ride, and it no longer has a pressure switch, the compressor just wants to run all the time now.
Yes.
Which wouldn't be bad if it had electric compressors on it, because then you could just hit the switch a couple of times and it would control the pressure. But the engine-driven compressor builds air faster than the air ride uses it.
Significantly faster.
So I let it run for about 2 minutes from 0, and it went to 250. And I was like, oh, hey, it's not shutting off. Why is it not shutting off? And it was just because I haven't put a switch in it. So we do have to put a switch in. Have the switch, just wasn't with us in Georgia.
Yeah.
And for anybody that does air ride stuff, trying to look for something in the middle of nowhere, whether it's South Georgia or Florida, you can't find air ride switches.
Needless to say, on a Saturday evening or Sunday morning, it's very hard to find.
Yeah, you're pretty much stuck.
Yeah.
There is a Fleet Pride up there, but I didn't want to switch it over to like a big rig air manifold or air governor. I mean, that would have worked. Probably if I had my toolbox up there, there's an air governor in my toolbox, I probably would have, just to keep it from that. But with the gauges working, Psycho could monitor it if he needed to move the car. I think we disconnected the compressor, so it won't run now from the relay. So now we just have to put the switch in and make it happy again. So that's pretty... Oh, and we got the fan.
Yes.
Also, on the Cadillac, I would like to give a big, huge thank you so much. Shout out Mike Birdshaw with Code 3 Auto and Fab. He had come over just to hang out. Kind of cool, past friend, life happened, kind of, his life's busy, my life's busy. We just, you don't catch up, but he come and hung out at the shop, and I had the switches sitting there, and he is very good at wiring. I have said numerous times on this podcast that wiring is not my jam. So I was kind of like shoving it away, like, please don't look at that. And he's like, what are those? And I was like, those are crimpers. And he's like, no, get rid of those. And I was like, well, that's what I got, man. Like, balling on a budget here. And he was like, well, bring it to the house and we'll use it. I ordered a pigtail that was supposed to be the pigtail that I needed to be able to connect the switches or 9-switch paddle, whatever, to that manifold. Unfortunately, it was the same one that I had. It was a female.
Yeah. And
not talking about life in general, but female and female doesn't work. In this case, I'm all for same-sex marriage as long as both chicks are hot. Anyway, but so that didn't work. So I was just like, oh, well, I'm just going to cut the pigtail off the manifold. I'm going to cut I didn't have a pigtail on. I had open wires on the switches, and I'm just going to butt connect it back together. And when I said butt connector, he looked at me like I was, had a wiener sticking out of my forehead and was like, no. You need to do a Deutsch connector of some sort. And I was like, I know that's the proper way to do it, but I don't have the tools to do that, nor do I have connectors, nor do I know where to buy a connector at here. And he's like, bring it to the house, we'll wire it up. You have the wiring diagram. I said, yes. So I brought it to his house. He did it. And I was like, well, before we do this, like, I have to be able to do this in Georgia too. Like, there's another end that has to get put together, and I don't have those tools. And he was going to lend me the tool. Ended up that I have a supportive wife that does car hobbies. So I was like, hey, I'm not going up there this weekend. I'm going up next weekend. So we can get this ordered on Amazon. It's relatively cheap, so there's really no excuse not to use the proper stuff. And the connectors themselves. I mean, a good quality butt connector, you're, 80, 90 cents unless you buy a bazillion of them.
Yeah.
And when I say good quality butt connector, they're few and far between. I've been on the struggle bus to try to find good quality, shrinkable butt connectors. So, I got the tool. I replaced what he had given me. Thanks so much. Went up there, wired it the way that we had it wired, hook it up, hit the switches, and they're backwards.
Just a little bit.
So left front. So it's a switch. It's a 6-switch panel. Left front, front rear, right rear, left rear. It was in this case right front, left front, rear. No, I'm sorry. Right rear, left rear, rear.
Then front,
right front, left front. So they were completely backwards.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I could just flip it over.
No, because the switches, when they went up, it went up. When it went down.
So my thought was, okay, well, if I flip it over, I could just mount it under the seat. Because another problem arose when we went to go mount the panel. But I was like, I'll just shove it under the seat and, the switches will be there. But then I'm like, no, because now up is down and down is up.
Yeah.
So, kind of like the windows.
Yeah.
Because Cadillac windows are backwards right now, too. So, that's weird. But anyway, so we, fortunately, using the Deutsch connectors, we just deepen the Deutsch, put them in the right spot, and now it works good.
It was a learning curve, but we got it.
The 3D printed panel that when it was printed, Mike Rio told me, hey, man, you might want to do a version 2 of this because the way it printed, it's going to be weak right here. And he pointed where it was going to be weak. And he was correct. Luckily, I'd already had reached out and there was a version 2 that was printed that is MIA. We can't find it.
It was one of the little gnomes he has.
It was. So anyone that lives in South Georgia and is not familiar with garage gnomes, that's a thing.
Severely.
So we wouldn't have been able to mount it where we wanted to mount it anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's not a whole lot of room underneath the dashboard.
No. Not with the ashtray and the...
So left side of the column is not wide enough. The right side of the column, which is where I was like, we'll just mount them right there, has an ashtray, which is fine. So slide over just a little bit. But then it also has a glove box that's as wide as the dashboard. So that, if you mount it, then the glove box won't open. So... probably going to end up doing some sort of center console where we can put the Holley handheld in there, plus the switches. Maybe, 6.5 speakers or something for a little bit of audio for the front seat. So car airs itself up on switches now. It got put into closer proximity to where metalwork can start taking place.
Yep.
He's fitting me in where he can.
Yep.
He still has a business to run. He still has to make money. So my car was getting pushed out and put back and pushed out, and then it just got pushed out because he was doing stuff, and I completely get it, completely understand it. Hopefully, future makes that a little easier for us to be able to get up there and spend some good, solid time on it.
Yeah.
So, Michelangelo.
Yes.
I think we left off with Michelangelo that it had made itself on the concrete.
After sitting there and giving us a hissy fit.
So Ashley got the front clip off with mild help. Obviously I had to help remove the clip after she got it all unbolted, but she did it all she unbolted it all by herself and, cut wires and knew what we had to take off and got the radiator out. And motor and trans got yanked. Mm-hmm. And I will say, anybody that's pulling a 235, if you leave that joker attached to a transmission and you don't have to cut a motor mount to get it out, you are the man. Because I tried about everything I possibly could think of, and it was not. It was not doing it.
It wasn't happy about it.
But we had to cut the motor mount anyway because small block Chevrolet.
Yes.
So haven't got the motor over to it to see what we need, but we do know that we have to get the exhaust off. Mm-hmm. We have to get the motor mounts off because they do unbolt at the bottom, which it was a pleasant surprise that the bolts actually look like they will come out. I was fully thinking we were going to have to cut bolts and knock bolts out and try to get them off some other way. So looks like it's going to be able to come out. Yep. The cross member was previously cut for the 5-speed. So I don't know if we're going to have to cut more because of the automatic. It is a little wider. So I don't know if we're going to have to cut a little bit, or if it was cut extra wide. I don't remember the transmission being in there. Smart guy would have went under there and looked at it a little harder before we started pulling stuff. But probably we'll have to make a new trans cross member because I'm not a big fan of the 1x1 that they used. But that's part of getting a car that somebody else has worked on.
And I mean, honestly, it's lasted us
and it worked. And also, it's a 235. We're not making, which the small block's not going to make, 1,000 horsepower or anything. Not even going to make 500. It's going to sound rowdy. It does have a cam in it, so it will shake a little bit. But other than that, it's not. We're not building. Either one of our cars are built for, speed or anything like that.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything on the 55?
I don't think so. I think we got the motor sold.
Oh yeah, motor's gone. Shout out Steven. And my apologies to Jay. I know that I had messaged you and said, hey, I don't think you need the whole transmission as long as you got a T5. I got the adapter to save a little bit of shipping, and I told you when we got back from Georgia that weekend I was going to take pictures and see if I could tell if it was a different clutch setup or what was going on there. I completely spaced it until we started recording, or we're getting ready to walk in here to record. So since the last episode of just us, we went to found out like day of, or I think it was the day before.
The night before,
Night before. Mi Familia in Ocala, Florida, did a little cruise-in pop-up
yeah.
Awesome. There was pretty much every type of vehicle was kind of represented. They had lowriders, custom. Scotto brought out the carry-all Suburban,
yes.
Mini trucks.
The son had his, oh my goodness, his Escalade, yeah.
Escalade audio build. The dad was bummed. He didn't know it was going to... So the restaurant itself is a family-owned business. Family ran. Mm-hmm. So it is, the daughter was our server.
Yeah.
The dad was, doing what he needed to do. The mom was running food. Like it was a very well organized, and also I don't think that they were anticipating what was coming. But I was glad to see that a lot of people showed up. It made me. It was cool. There was Lowrider Car Club there. I forget the name of the. They're not really tuner cars, but more of that style of car. Like I said, low ride. There was S10 that was, mini trucks. We took the Dodge. There was a couple other lifted trucks. Pro Street, newer stuff, older stuff. Like it was a real good mix.
Yeah.
And 64 Impala at the end of oh my God, that car was beautiful. We walked out and he had pulled up while we were eating.
Yeah.
And we sat in the parking lot and talked way longer than we had planned to. So we had went in late and come back out, and he was parked in front of my truck, and I was like, oh my God, that's a beautiful car. Air ride, real beautiful. But if you're in the Ocala area, look it up. It's in a strip plaza. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like much, but I guarantee it's got good food.
Yes.
Scott from California knows that type of food. Mm-hmm. He said it was good.
Yep.
There was a couple other certified Mexican food connoisseurs there, and they were going on and on about how good the food was.
Oh, yes.
And this white boy thought it was delicious. And good sweet tea.
Yeah.
So if you're in that area, swing in, grab a bite to eat. Next time when they post up a flyer, check our social medias. We'll post it. Yep. If we're anywhere near, we'll be there. Mm-hmm. Probably will be in the truck again because I doubt the Michelangelo will be back together soon.
Yeah.
But we're gonna, keep biting on it, and the plan was to never have two cars down at the same time, but that's how it happened.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even really decide that. Michelangelo decided that for us.
And then it ran, so I could have just put the zip tie back on it, and we could have been driving it. But I'd already kind of had in my mind, my mindset was, let's get the car up here and get the motor in.
And I told him we'd get him taken care of, which helped make him move.
And then, so the other thing was the Valentine's Day local scene cruise in up in Valdosta. That was our first cruise in with them.
Yeah. Our
first one of the cruise ins that we made up there. Again, we were up there. And I jokingly said, hey, I'm going to I guess I'll rinse the Cadillac off, and, how far is Valdosta from here? And Psycho's like 30 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, that'll be fine. And he's like, why don't you just take my car? I'm like, what are you driving? And he's like, well, I got to take the trailer because we're doing the projector for the movie. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're funny. And I thought he was completely joking.
I was hopeful because I had yet to drive in a cool from Psycho's.
So me and Ashley went to go do some stuff. We had to go take care of some stuff and pick up some stuff from the auto parts store. I had to, I killed an Optima battery.
Yeah.
An almost brand new Optima battery.
Even stumped the auto parts people.
Yeah. So 800 cold cranking amp Optima battery that was bought in July had 2 cold cranking amps.
Yep.
When I took it into the thing, and I have no clue what happened. It was dead when I got it to Georgia. Luckily, the enclosed trailer has a winch in it, and I have my old truck battery in it.
Yeah.
So I just put the truck battery in the trunk of the Caddy. Obviously not in the cool billet holder if it's for the Optima, but we were able to get the car up and moved and everything like that. And charged the battery. I thought maybe it just drained the battery. Stuck it back in, it wouldn't do nothing. Yeah, that's weird. So we took it, and I was like, hey, I don't know how, but somehow this battery is FUBAR.
Kaput. Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I can't imagine it be that way. And I'm like, well, that's 2 of us. But he tested it, and it had 2 cold cranking amps.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay. And this is in Georgia. I bought the battery in Florida. He's like, so do you have your receipt? And I was like, nope. I don't. It's back in Florida. And he was like, okay, well, let's look it up. And he looked it up and couldn't find it. But the date's marked on the battery, and I wrote on the battery. It was a 525 battery. I wrote 725, which is when we bought it.
Yep.
So he's like, oh, yeah, that's obvious. So got a new battery, got the Optima put back in it. I'm thinking possibly the draw on the battery was the relay for the compressor.
Oh.
Because the compressor tank being low,
right,
relay would have been live.
Yep.
It's a small draw.
But still enough.
Kind of fingers crossed that that's what the draw was, and it's not an issue that we have to find. Hopefully that's it.
Yeah.
We won't be able to test that until we're up there.
Yeah.
For a good amount of time. I don't want to test it and then Psycho have to deal with a dead battery or having to charge a battery to do something with it. Especially now that those switches require power.
We try to solve one problem.
We did. But, you know, it's part of building a car. You know, it's the things that happen. You know, it's the little gremlins and also the car being 3 hours away. Yeah. And I don't have a whole lot of test time when I'm up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get back to Psycho's house and, you know, I'm piddle farting around with him, getting the projector screen hung on the trailer, how we're going to do that. And I'm like, hey, man, you see your graphics, the beautiful graphics on the side of your trailer through that screen. Mm-hmm. So he's like, oh, so he went back and we modular homed it.
Yep.
Because a blue tarp is a mobile home.
Yes. A white tarp is fancier, so that's a modular.
We cut out a piece of white tarp and stuck it back there so it had a background for the real thin. That was a really thin.
Yeah, it was. But I feel like it was meant for like dark, because it wasn't quite, even in the beginning when we first got there, the sun was still going down, so.
Yeah, so he's like, well, help me push Jenny's truck in and I'll get the Lincoln out. And I'm like, oh, you're serious? And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, if you want to. And I'm like, well, yes.
Of course.
So he hits it up. He's like, okay, that's ride height. We're going to leave it alone. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, I ain't touching it. So I ended up pulling into a gas station so he could get some gas for the generator in the truck. And we go to turn out, and I still haven't touched the switches. And we pull up, and as we're pulling up, in the turn lane next to us is a family of, there's like, 4 children?
At least, yeah.
And two grown adults. And I can hear them as we're going by them, like, oh, look at that. And I kind of peeked around the trailer, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to ask for forgiveness, not permission. And, I knew hydraulics, you always go down first. So I go down, and it goes down way fast because Psycho has his turn downs basically open. So I'm messing with the switches. The light turns green, and I do not have the car remotely level. And I'm like, oh, man. We got to go. So I go, and the kids are going on, and, they're having a good time with it, and I'm having a blast doing it for them. And we turn out, and front end's a little dip. So I get it, and we pull in, and we're probably about 3 inches higher than we started.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go down while we were driving. So I'm like bumping switches, and I get it to where it's level. Nowhere near where he had it. He rides real low.
Yeah.
And I ruined that. So we're up a little higher or whatever. But pull in and back into the spot, and I lay it down. And I can look over, and he's got a big old smile on his face. He said, had to do it for the kids. I was like, yeah, my bad. He's like, no, you're good. That's what it's there for. I was like, all right, cool. So drove the Lincoln. That was Ashley's first time in anything on hydraulics. That was my first time driving anything on hydraulics. I'd been in that car a couple times.
Yeah.
Twice. I don't know. Maybe once.
At least. Well, you were up there for a week, and you drove like everything in the yard, or drove in everything in the yard at one point.
No, I don't. That week, all we drove was the excursion in my truck. The first time I went up there, he took me for a ride in the Lincoln, and then we took the Etzel to the junkyard.
Yeah.
And then Jenny's car. That's what we took. We took Jenny's car or the excursion or my truck. That was, but yeah. So that was Ashley's first time riding in something on hydraulics.
Yep.
How was that?
It was a lot better than I thought it would be. But you even told me that I would say that after I rode in it.
Well, I was shocked. I mean, because when we talked on the podcast, when I had him on the podcast, I was like, yeah, they ride like shit. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then when I went up there, I'm like, well, it fucking rides better than Ashley's 51. But, it's still on coil. It still has coils and all that. It had more than was going on the Model A. Model A wasn't going to have any coils.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was that weekend. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I think that's the only shows we've gone to.
Well, the bad news. The Hangout 2027 is officially not going to be at the Museum of Drag Racing, Don Garlitz. Some things happened, and no fault of anyone particular. But stuff changes. Stuff's got to get moved around. So stay tuned.
Yes.
Probably going to be more of a cruise style event. Not that we have a giant yard, but maybe invite a few people and then go cruise somewhere.
Yeah.
Just with the added expense of everything and promotion and everything, and the complaints of it's too expensive by some, and not being able to totally do what we want to do at certain venues. We just have to make the best decision, and the best decision is to not do that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's going to happen somewhere. There's going to be something that is the Hangout 2027, but it's not going to be at Don Garlitz Museum of Drag Racing.
Yeah. And it'll be something that, as we get closer, we'll announce more and more, but it's not going to be something where we need the whole year to plan for either. Yes. So just bear with us as we get the ducks in a row and everything. But
yep. All right, on to better news.
Yes.
Where will we be?
We will. Well, the Valentine's Day cruising, they do that every month. So we're going this second Saturday.
Yep.
March 14th is the second Saturday cruise night, and it's at Recoil Trampoline Park, and that's on North Ashley Street in Valdosta. So it's good because it's on my road.
And that's local scene, and they do the cruise in every second Saturday.
Yes. And also from local scene is the Custom Culture 26 car show. That's going to be taking place on April 25th at Rainwater Conference Center in Valdosta, Georgia.
And we're going to try to, I know Mom and Dad are coming up.
Yep.
We're going to try to have both of our cars there in some capacity.
Yeah.
Cadillac's not going to be painted by then.
Some of it might be a different color by that point.
It will all be a different color by then. Hopefully. If I can get up there and get to working on the sides and stuff, it's going to look like a little cow. I'll have gray or pink roof. Who knows what color he's going to do that. But really, really excited to get that car all in one color of primer. And to kind of get that car ready to go.
Yep.
Interior, paint. It's going to take a while. But it should, when it comes out, it'll be cool.
Yep. It'll be worth the wait.
And Ashley's car will probably have a V8, but the body and everything will still be pretty much like it looks right now. We do have enough air ride stuff out there that I could probably piece together an air ride system for it.
Yeah.
But it probably won't be on air ride for that show.
Yeah, no. We're at least just trying to make it go again.
Yeah. So looking forward to the Custom Culture 26 show. That's put on by Local Scene and a whole bunch of list of advertisers that we didn't get wrote down. But for the next one, I will do that. But looking forward to that. It should be a broad show, similar to the Hangout. It's all years welcome. You'll have lifted, lowered customs. You'll have, hydraulic air, static, squatty boys probably.
At least a few.
It'll be a good thing. Everybody will be able to see something. There'll be some restored type cars, OEM or OE, kind of factory cars. Mom and Dad's 65 Fairlane. If you haven't seen that in person, come check it out. It's real pretty in person, not just in pictures.
Yep. Clean interior.
Very clean. The car is super clean.
Yeah.
But I assume that the Jenny C10 will be there. Obviously, Psycho's Lincoln. I don't know Caitlin's daughter's name, but the OBS will be there.
Yep.
I'm assuming some of the Southern Gearheads. That was a show that we didn't talk about.
Oh, yeah, this past weekend.
Last weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
The Ribs and Rhythm in Tifton.
Yes.
That was also a pretty cool show. Again, a lot of, it is put on by the Southern Gearheads.
Yeah.
And it is part of a, what you call it, flea market? No,
like a farmer's market almost. Like a bunch of, I don't even want to say farmer's market because it wasn't. It was food trucks and like activities for kids and stuff like that.
And they had vendors.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. But there was new stuff, old stuff.
It was pretty nice. They blocked off the street and everybody got to park it on the streets. It was a nice venue.
And being put on by the Southern Gearheads, obviously it was focused more on that style of car. But there was, again, newer BMW, Corvettes, a bunch of Corvettes, some Pro Street stuff, some OE stuff.
The C10, the extended cab C10 that we were dope. Blown away with. And it had a gorgeous color, even though he said he's going to paint it something different soon.
Well, that truck in itself, he built that truck. I mean, obviously the extended cab was, obvious.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of subtle stuff that he did. He lowered the hood an inch. He took the peak out of the hood.
Yep.
Or left the peak, but lowered the hood itself an inch to kind of make it flow better. That was very well done. He said it's been together for, I think, 15, 20 years. So it's time. It was a little late 90s, early 2000, which is when it was built.
But he kept it pristine.
Yeah, but the trends of that, I mean, that's kind of that's the era of street rod. Mm-hmm. So you kind of get the tweed interior. It had it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But, I mean, it was super clean truck. The one truck that the guy redid, Factory 235, 3 on a tree, was his buddy's grandpa's truck.
Yeah. And the wood paneling, or the wood trunk.
The wood for the bed,
yes,
was a cedar tree that they cut down 11 years ago. And when he passed, he had went to go try to get the truck from them, and while he was there, the tree was still laying there next to the shop, and he's like, hey, can I have that tree? And they're like, we're fixing to burn it. And he's like, no, I want the tree. And that was the planks that he cut for the bed, and he still has some more left, and he's going to do rails. But he had some funny stories of, him and the son, the grandson, had loaded up watermelon and didn't pin the tailgate. So the first time it left a stop sign, all the watermelon but one fell out of the back of the truck. And, we talked to him for a little while. It was awesome. The dude with the Land Rover. Mm-hmm. And a new Land Rover here across the street.
I was going to say, across from the Jurassic Park people.
Yeah. So, but a bunch of cool, and most everyone that we talked to was real receptive. Mm-hmm. That sedan delivery, or it was really a sedan delivery. It was more like a panel truck. That was so cool. Mm-hmm. And hearing the guy say, like, oh, yeah, this isn't even my crap. I was driving over here, and guys like, hey, would you load us up? And yeah, he's like, yeah, I turn into the pack ride everywhere we go. Like, I get it, man. Same with a bagger, man. Like, I was the only one that rode a bagger for a while, and you become the, hey, man, can you put this in your saddlebag? But, yeah, so that was a cool show. Definitely, if you're up in that area, check it out. Hopefully next time we have a little more heads up than the day before we're headed up there. Like, oh, by the way, there's a car show tomorrow. That's on us. It's not in Florida. Yeah.
Well, and we're kind of like, we don't know what we're doing next weekend just because, are we going up there to try to work on it? If not, then, I'm sure there's stuff that happens when we're not up there. But, I mean, we are getting in the swing of things are going to start popping up left and right.
We still have the house in Florida. So
yes.
We still have to kind of do stuff here, and Ashley's car is still here. So we're trying to balance, getting something done.
Yeah.
But definitely that's one to check out. And we'll try to do a little bit better in promoting next year.
Yeah.
I guess it was a 2 or 3 day show, though, because they said they had a band Friday night. There was a band Saturday night after we left, or musician. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's really all we've done.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because that's three separate shows in the last 4 weekends, and one of the weekends we didn't do anything. Well, we did stuff, but it wasn't kart related.
Oh, you were gone. Mm-hmm. I did stuff.
You did stuff. I
got the car. I got the switch pan ready to go.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say there isn't a weekend we don't do car stuff. But yeah, so
it was that 5% of my world that I didn't.
Yeah, you were handling something.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
I think we covered everything. The last month of our lives.
All right. Well, make sure you go show Blacktop Collective on Facebook. If you don't follow them, go follow them. I'm trying to double her followers in less time than she did. Psycho Fab, Psycho Lincoln, Instagram, Facebook. Code 3 Auto and Fab. Thanks again, Mike. AFAB Performance that doesn't post anything, but I promise. I know the guy personally. He'll eventually start posting stuff again.
Get his button gear.
That's me. My bad.
I'm the problem.
It's me. I'm the problem. once I actually start making progress on the Cadillac, maybe I'll log into that account. I don't even think I've logged into it in forever. It was a powder coating when I was doing powder coating. But yeah, so till next time, guys, get out and drive a shit.
See ya.
Or I guess work on your shit. So maybe you can drive it one of these years. Later.